tell you why I'm showing up today. Obviously, I show up pretty often on my lives, but when I have to teach a subject and motivate and inspire somebody else, I just let me go live. You have high energy. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And so I was on a call today, and I'm currently, just so you know, developing 100 new business partners, social marketers to work with me personally. And so 100 families, 100 lives, 100 six-figure earners working closely with me. So put 100 if you want to learn more about the 100. So I was speaking to someone this morning. She listened to the opportunity to learn more about the 100s. And so she and I had a conversation, and she was like, you know what? I don't like to sell. I don't want to sell. Okay. I'm afraid of sales. And so I want to talk to you about embracing sales today, because there's no way to be an entrepreneur if you don't want to sell. Like it's like impossible. Okay. So all entrepreneurs, whether you're thinking Oprah, whether you're thinking, Bill Gates, whomever you're thinking, they all sell. Like every single person, you can say Kim Kardashian, whomever, they sell something. And so what we have to do is we got to get out of the mindset of, I don't want to do this. I'm not good at this. Well, you're never going to be. Write this down. Whatever you speak, you get to keep. So Jerusha said, whatever you speak, you get to keep. So we want to change the words that we're using, change the words that are coming out of our mouths, right? Because that's what actually happens. And so you're in total control of that. And so I was speaking to her today, and I was like, that's an interesting thing is you have two businesses, but you're saying you don't want to sell. Now, how is that even possible? That means those businesses can't be growing because people don't know you have it unless you market, you brand, you ask for the sale. Hello, asking for the sale is the deal. And so first of all, comment yes. If you currently want to be an entrepreneur, put yes in the chat. Comment yes if you want to be an entrepreneur, because I want to know what my audience looks like. Comment business if you are already an entrepreneur. Comment business if you are currently an entrepreneur. And yes, 3-day ride. Comment 3-day ride if you want to learn about the 3-day ride so you can monetize and leverage social media. Yes, 3-day ride. But I want to know who has a business and who wants a business. So those of you that have chosen to learn how to a skill called sales will be successful entrepreneurs. You must learn how to sell a product or service or opportunity to be a successful entrepreneur. You've got to learn a skill. If I could teach you, could you learn? So you have to say, I do want to learn how to sell. Okay. You can't say, I don't want to sell. I do want to learn the skills of selling. And stop saying, I hate asking people for the sale. How are you going to get the sale? Walmart is constantly, okay, I worked in television, so my degrees are in communications and public relations. And so I worked in commercials. So I was the liaison between sales and the producers, right? So before you saw what was on air. And so it's interesting that Walmart, and I always use them because they were one of my clients. And so it's interesting that Walmart is $1 billion company and they market and sell to you every day. And you don't feel pressured. You don't feel like they're bothering you. You sit and watch the commercial, or you sit and see the ads of Walmart, and they're $1 billion industry. Now, I don't know your business or whatever, but are you $1 billion industry? Okay, so you should be marketing and asking for the sale. So you have to look at it like that. And so you, my friend, if you do not embrace sales, you will struggle to be a successful entrepreneur. So write this down. Growth and comfort do not coincide. Growth and comfort, okay, they do not coincide. That's like fear and faith cannot reside in the same place. And so you've got to make a choice to learn a skill that feels uncomfortable. Well, it probably feels uncomfortable because you got to fall in love with your product, your service, your opportunity. It's easy to sell something that you love. It's easy to talk about something that you love. So here's how we're going to fix it. Okay. Write this down. Your business tip. Learn the art of sales. A lot of sales is just people building. Okay. People buy you before they buy your product, your service, your opportunity. So a lot of it is you. Have you ever gone into a store and the person came up to you, they were real salesy and you were already turned off, even though you really needed to buy that couch, even though you really need to buy that car, but you just didn't like the car salesperson. And you're like, well, I'll go to another lot. Okay. So a lot of it is your energy. A lot of it is your personality. A lot of it is you. You're it. Okay. So you got to understand where you are. You got to love who you are and whatever it is that you're trying to sell. So number one, write this down. Pretty person is putting this in the chat for me because you like me. Learn the art of sales. The second thing I can tell you is become the person who would attract, let me see how it says, become the person who would attract the results you seek. You become that person. So how would you want someone to talk to you about your services? How would you need to become that person. And so somebody's always selling. So it doesn't make sense to me if you're not trying to get your piece of the pie, because it is available. And so there's not a lack of money. It's not a lack of resources. It's not a lack of tools. It's not. Even though we are in somewhat of whatever they're calling a recession, people are spending. If you watch my broadcast online between Black Friday and Cyber Monday, people spent over $16 billion with a B purchasing online. So it's not that people don't have money. It's, are they spending the money with you? And that comes from you loving sales, loving how to market your thing to get the sale. The third thing that I can tell you about sales, what I've learned, okay, is write this down. Your attitude determines your altitude. So it's your attitude, write that down. It's your approach and it's your activity. Write that down. It's your attitude, it's your approach, and it's your activity. A pretty person is putting this in the chat for me. Your attitude is number one. It's all self-development. What are you thinking about? So think about what you're thinking about. What is your attitude when you are presenting your product? If you are already saying they're not going to have the money, attitude. If you are already saying, oh, I really don't want to ask this person, attitude. If you're already projecting your energy of doubt, you're not going to get the sale. You're just not going to get it. So your attitude, your approach, okay, you have to hold your posture. You've got to know, baby. I know the 3-day ride is a beast. I know my business course, the 3-day ride, has helped so many clients. It has helped me grow my accounts. The 3-day ride is everything. It should be priced 3 times as much as what it is. And I know what I know. And so you got to have an approach where you're confident in your thing, not arrogant, not ego. Some people is so funny about that person is, have a big ego. Is it an ego or is it confidence? Okay. So a lot of times you got to make sure that you're attracting the right people too. And then it's your activity, the 3 A's of sales. Okay. Your activity. How many people are you talking to? Sales is a numbers business. Okay. People lie. Numbers never lie. That means you got to have a lot of activity. You got to talk to hundreds of people. So if you are in a business where you're talking to people to sell something, a lot of people, a lot is not 10. That's not a lot. 100 is not really a lot. You've got to be talking to thousands of people over time. So in a day, how many people do you have to talk to make one sale? If you have to talk to 10 people to get one sale, you only wanted to make one sale. If you wanted to make 2 sales, you would have to talk to 20 people, whatever your ratio is. And so for me, mine is 1 out of 5. 1 out of 5 people I present my opportunity will get started. So I know if I want to add 10 people, right? And so you've got to do your numbers. Sales is all about the numbers.